What if the secret to a peaceful life lies not in fighting every battle, but in embracing indifference? Imagine a life where you care less about what you cannot control and more about cultivating inner calm. This is the promise of Stoic wisdom. Welcome to our exploration of Stoicism, a philosophy that teaches us the art of not caring about what doesn't matter. Today, we'll uncover how mastering indifference can lead to a more tranquil, resilient, and fulfilling life. In our modern world, we are bombarded by endless stressors. Every day, we face challenges: the relentless pace of social media, the expectations of others, and the constant barrage of negative news. Our emotions are pulled in 1,000 directions, leaving us overwhelmed and disconnected from our inner selves. Many of us find ourselves entangled in attachments that cause unnecessary suffering, a fixation on outcomes we can't control, on opinions that don't serve us, and on events that steal our peace. Consider how often we experience emotional turbulence. A harsh comment online, a setback at work, or even the unpredictability of everyday life can trigger waves of anxiety and anger. These reactions aren't just momentary, they ripple through our days, coloring our perceptions and decisions. We cling to these emotions as if they define us, yet they are fleeting and uncontrollable by nature. This constant attachment to external events creates a trap. When we invest our identity in the outcomes of the world, we lose sight of our inner strength. We begin to believe that our happiness depends entirely on factors beyond our control. The result is a life marked by chronic dissatisfaction, reactive behavior, and a perpetual state of unrest. Every disappointment, every failure, feels like a personal defeat. But what if we could step back and shift our perspective? What if we could learn to differentiate between what we can control and what we cannot? Stoic philosophy provides a powerful framework for addressing this challenge. Stoics teach us that our inner peace is not dictated by the world's chaos, but by our own responses. By learning to focus on what we can change and accepting what we cannot, we free ourselves from the chains of emotional dependency. This isn't about apathy or indifference in the sense of not caring about anything at all. It's about cultivating a selective form of indifference, one that prioritizes what truly matters. It's the art of caring wisely, of investing your energy only in the things that align with your values and are within your sphere of influence. Imagine a life where you can let go of the noise, where setbacks don't derail your progress, and where inner calm prevails despite the chaos outside. Yet adopting this mindset is easier said than done. Our culture, with its emphasis on ambition, success, and constant connectivity, constantly pulls us in the opposite direction. We are conditioned to care intensely about external validation, to chase after material success, and to measure our worth by the opinions of others. This creates a fertile ground for stress and discontent. Moreover, the modern world is full of distractions that keep us from focusing on our inner lives. Social media platforms, for example, are designed to capture your attention and provoke emotional reactions. Likes, shares, and comments become markers of self-worth. Instead of finding contentment in our achievements or our inner growth, we are compelled to seek external approval, which is as fleeting as it is unpredictable. This relentless pursuit of external validation leaves us vulnerable. We begin to measure our success by factors that are beyond our control: what others think of us, the fleeting trends of society, and the unpredictable nature of fortune. In doing so, we surrender our power and invite unnecessary suffering into our lives. The challenge, then, is to break free from this cycle. We must learn to detach from the outcomes that we cannot influence and focus on the internal virtues that can guide us regardless of external circumstances. This requires a radical rethinking of what it means to care. It's not about not caring at all. It's about caring only about what truly matters, the values, principles, and actions that define who we are. Imagine a person who remains unshaken by criticism, undisturbed by failure, and unfazed by the unpredictable nature of life. This is not a person who is emotionless, but someone who has mastered the art of selective indifference. They care deeply about their own character, their relationships, and their contributions to the world, while letting go of the transient, the trivial, and the uncontrollable. Such a person can navigate life's storms with a quiet dignity and a profound sense of inner freedom. Yet for most of us, this is a daunting prospect. Confronting our attachments, our desires, and our conditioned responses can be uncomfortable. It requires us to face our vulnerabilities, to acknowledge the parts of ourselves that cling to outcomes, and to reframe our entire approach to life. It's a journey of self-discovery, a process of unlearning what we thought we knew about happiness and success. This is where Stoicism comes into play. Stoic philosophy, rooted in the teachings of ancient thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, offers us timeless wisdom on how to live a life of inner peace and resilience. It teaches us to differentiate between what we can control and what we cannot, to value our inner character over external circumstances, and to cultivate a mindset of indifference toward the uncontrollable. By embracing Stoic principles, we start to see that the root of our suffering is not the events themselves, but our attachments to them. We begin to understand that true power lies in our ability to choose how we respond. When we free ourselves from the tyranny of external validation, we can focus on building inner strength, a strength that is unshaken by the whims of fate. This challenge, while formidable, is also an invitation to transformation. It calls us to reevaluate our priorities, to let go of the trivial, and to invest in the things that truly matter: our character, our values, and our inner peace. In doing so, we not only liberate ourselves from the cycle of emotional turbulence, but also pave the way for genuine growth and fulfillment. Let's now delve into the core Stoic principles that empower us to embrace indifference, the art of not caring about what doesn't truly matter. At the heart of Stoicism lies a powerful dichotomy: focus on what you can control and accept what you cannot. Imagine a scenario where you're stuck in a traffic jam. Instead of raging at the delay, a Stoic would focus on what's within their power, perhaps using the time to listen to a favorite podcast or practice mindfulness. This simple shift in perspective transforms frustration into a moment of calm and reflection. It's a small act that encapsulates the Stoic principle of control. Stoicism teaches that our opinions, our actions, and our responses are within our control. Everything else, the weather, other people's behaviors, the outcome of events, is not. When you invest your energy in what you can influence, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and frustration. Instead of battling against the uncontrollable, you become the master of your own mind. This idea is revolutionary in its simplicity. It challenges the modern obsession with external achievement and validation. In a world where so much is uncertain and uncontrollable, the Stoic approach offers a clear path. Focus on your internal world, your thoughts, and your actions. This shift in focus is not a call to passivity, but a call to empowered action, a way to build resilience by directing your efforts where they truly matter. Accepting what you cannot change is not about resignation or giving up. It's about recognizing the limits of your power. It's about understanding that while you may not control external events, you always have a choice in how you respond. This acceptance is the antidote to frustration and despair. It is the foundation of inner peace. Consider the ancient Stoic idea of amor fati, or love of fate. This concept invites you to embrace everything that happens, even the hardships, as necessary parts of your journey. Instead of fighting against the inevitable, you learn to accept and even love the experiences that shape you. This radical acceptance transforms challenges into opportunities for growth, making each setback a stepping stone toward a wiser, more resilient self. By embracing the duality of control and acceptance, you begin to cultivate a profound indifference to the trivialities of life. This doesn't mean you become apathetic. Rather, you develop a discerning focus on what truly matters. You learn to let go of the things that drain your energy and invest your time in the pursuit of virtue, wisdom, and inner harmony. How can you begin to apply these Stoic principles in your daily life? Here are a few practical exercises. Every day, write down a situation that disturbed you. Next to it, list what aspects of the situation were within your control and what were not. Reflect on how shifting your focus could change your perspective and emotional response. Set aside a few minutes each day for mindfulness meditation. Focus on your breath, acknowledge your thoughts, and remind yourself that you have the power to choose your response to any situation. Create a set of affirmations based on Stoic wisdom. For example, I control my thoughts and actions, the rest is beyond my power. Or, I embrace what comes my way with calm and acceptance. Repeat these affirmations daily to reinforce your mindset. Actively seek out small challenges that force you out of your comfort zone. Whether it's engaging in a difficult conversation or taking on a task that scares you, view each challenge as an opportunity to practice the Stoic art of indifference. These exercises are not quick fixes. They are practices that, over time, will rewire your brain and transform your approach to life. By consistently applying these principles, you'll find yourself reacting less to the chaos of the world and more to the steady rhythm of your own inner calm. The modern world is a far cry from the ancient landscapes where Stoicism was born. Yet its wisdom is more relevant today than ever before. In an age of relentless information, constant connectivity, and endless distractions, the Stoic approach offers a sanctuary, a way to reclaim your mental space and find peace amidst the noise. Social media, for instance, is a breeding ground for comparison and anxiety. The Stoic way teaches you to ignore the superficial metrics of likes and shares, and instead focus on your inner values. It reminds you that true worth is measured not by external approval, but by the integrity of your character. Moreover, in a world where crises and conflicts are part of the daily news cycle, the Stoic principle of acceptance is a powerful tool. It equips you to face adversity with equanimity, to see challenges as temporary and manageable, rather than overwhelming and insurmountable. This mindset is not just a philosophy, it's a practical guide to living a resilient, contented life. By embracing the art of not caring about what lies outside your control, you begin to experience life in a fundamentally different way. Instead of being swept away by every storm, you become like a rock, steadfast and unmoved by the turbulent waters around you. This inner fortress of calm is the true mark of Stoic wisdom. Now let's pause and reflect on a powerful moment from Stoic philosophy that encapsulates the essence of mastering indifference. Picture this: Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, writing in his personal journal during a time of immense crisis. In his meditations, he reflects on the nature of life, the inevitability of hardship, and the importance of focusing on one's own virtue over external outcomes. One of his most enduring lines is, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." This profound statement is not just a philosophical musing, it is a call to action. It tells us that our true power lies not in controlling the world, but in mastering our own minds. Imagine a moment when you are confronted by overwhelming stress or an unexpected setback. In that moment, the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius can be your anchor. It reminds you that while you may not be able to change what happens around you, you always have the power to choose how you respond. This revelation, this turning point, challenges the conventional wisdom that success and happiness come from controlling external circumstances. Instead, it flips the script. The key to a peaceful, powerful life is to cultivate an inner realm that is impervious to the chaos of the outside world. In this light, indifference is not about apathy or disengagement. It is about preserving your inner sanctum against the onslaught of trivialities and external pressures. Consider the modern implications of this ancient wisdom. Every day we are bombarded with news, social media updates, and constant notifications, all vying for our attention and often triggering strong emotional responses. The Stoic approach teaches us to filter out this noise. It urges us to ask, is this truly within my control? By answering these questions, you can decide to let go of the rest, to embrace a state of calm indifference toward what you cannot change. The turning point in adopting Stoic indifference is not a sudden epiphany, but a gradual shift in perspective. It is a continuous process of training your mind to recognize the difference between what matters and what does not. It's like sharpening a tool. Each moment of mindful reflection, each deliberate choice to focus on what's within your control, hones your ability to remain steadfast amidst the storm. This journey toward indifference is deeply transformative. When you begin to internalize the Stoic principle of focusing only on what you can control, you start to see the world differently. You notice that many of the things that once caused you stress, the opinions of others, the unpredictable nature of events, gradually lose their power over you. Instead, your attention shifts inward, toward the cultivation of your own virtues, your own thoughts, and your own inner peace. This key moment in Stoic practice is not just about survival, it's about flourishing. It's about reclaiming your time, your energy, and your emotional well-being from the clutches of external forces. In embracing indifference, you are not shutting out the world. Rather, you are engaging with it on your own terms, with a clear and focused mind. As you absorb this Stoic wisdom, ask yourself, what would my life look like if I could let go of everything outside my control? How much more peaceful, how much more empowered would I be? The answer is simple yet profound: I would be free. This is the power of indifference, a power that doesn't come from ignoring life, but from engaging with it wisely, discerningly, and courageously. It is the art of not caring about the trivial, so that you can care deeply about what is truly important. In embracing Stoic wisdom, we learn that real strength lies in caring only about what we can control. By mastering indifference, you pave the way for a life of inner peace, resilience, and authentic fulfillment. If this journey into Stoic indifference resonated with you, share your thoughts in the comments below. What are you ready to let go of? And don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into timeless wisdom and practical philosophy. Join us on the path to a more tranquil, empowered life.